Okay, the first thing I do is disconnect the airbrush, of course, from the air compressor. Then I'll put the needle cup back on. I always like to try to retract the needle, that way I don't bump my big old fat sausage fingers here and ruin that needle. So what we're going to do now is any leftover paint. Now normally if this was a special color, if I knew I was going to use more of it, I would save it, but it's not. So we're just going to pour it back in here for now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both these items, I'm going to go to the sink, and I'm going to rinse them all out as well as I can from here. Then I'll be right back and we'll get to dismantling it and cleaning it further. Alright, first thing I'm going to do is get my little pot here that collects all the nasty stuff in the airbrush. We're going to hook the airbrush back up to the air compressor. As you can see, it's just been rinsed out with some just regular old tap water. Now, these airbrushes, people don't like them. They think they're so hard to take care of and to clean, but they really aren't. And what I like to do is, since I have the cup all rinsed out and clean with the water, I'm just going to take this airbrush cleaner and fill her almost all the way up. And we're just going to run this through to get all the little nooks and crannies on the inside. Alright, again, I'm going to slip just a little bit in the bottom of the cup there, because we're going to use just one paper towel to finish cleaning this airbrush. First thing I'm going to do is just wad it up here, like stick it down in there. That way, not only am I cleaning out the cup, but I'm also getting the airbrush cleaner on this paper towel, so it's nice and damp for the rest of the airbrush. Not bad at all. Okay, we'll disconnect it from the air compressor. Move this out of the way. Now this thing here, this is a pretty handy dandy little item. It's rubber, very nice and heavy, and keeps all your little parts and pieces in here so you don't lose them. Taking an airbrush apart is very, very easy. There's really not that much to them. First thing I like to do is get the needle out. So the back comes off, unloosen this, pull that needle straight out. You can see there's a little bit of paint on there. Get a couple good wipes. This is the whole enchilada right here, this little needle. This is what makes it or breaks an airbrush. You mess that tip up, you're going to have to buy a new needle. Now I'm going to break it down even further. I do this all the time just because I like to have this spotless when I'm done. So I'll pull the trigger out, and it comes straight out, and I'll pull the barrel out here that holds the needle. Again, this is really unnecessary. These parts don't usually get dirty. Take the needle cap off, and the rest of the needle assembly here. This is the guide. And this is where all the air comes out. These do, however, get dirty. That's it. That's the airbrush completely apart right here. Just take a good look at it. Make sure nothing in there. There's a little bit in there. What I like to do is just blow it through. And boom, right there it is, palm of my hand. No biggie. We'll take a corner of this paper towel here. Wind her up nice and tight, stick it in there. Just like this. Do one more corner here. Let's get this corner. It's got some airbrush cleaner on it. There we go. Did that get it? Yep, I got her good. Alright, continue on there. Sorry, it's my daughter. She's a sweetheart, bought me a pop. Hey, vanilla Coke. Actually, been hard to find those lately. So we clean all that out. I always like to move the parts over. Now, like I said, this really doesn't need to be clean, but I will wipe it down anyways. Put that back on so we don't lose it. Same with this little needle guide here. And the needle cap. Nice and clean. Again, this is not dirty. This gets no paint on it unless it comes from your hands, but you know, like I said, airbrushes can be expensive. So I like to keep them nice and clean. They'll last you forever. Same with the body here. Get her all wiped down. Wipe the inside out again. And that's it. All clean and ready to go for next time. I just leave it sit like that until we come down to paint again and put it back together. So, oh, almost forgot the cat. Never mind. See what happens? You get old, you lose your mind a little bit. Okay, good. There we go. Now it's all done. One paper towel, a little bit of water, a little bit of airbrush cleaner. I've had this bottle of airbrush cleaner, well, I do believe that's the date. I've had it for many, many, many years. Only takes a little bit at a time. Come tomorrow, like I said, we'll think about painting these windows a different color, and we'll take a closer look at the main building and everything else. So until then.